the book Dragon's Lair.
Greetings, human. I am your support, health, equipped, lifeguard, lookout, also known as S.H.E.L.L. It is wonderful to meet you. That statement of yours and your shocked expression is correct, as I was made by your 3 roommates. What am I made of? I am composed of the following elements. I am made of fine dwarven metalwork, elven magic, and the most advanced of gnome robotics. I have been made to serve as a help and guide, as well as a protector to you, since you are new to the concept of adventuring, and your roommates thought you would be a little safer if you had some extra help. That is why they gave you me when I was in my hibernation stasis, if you will. I am programmed to help you on whatever journey you may find yourself on. I am also programmed to protect and help you and give the best advice I can to you, to the best of my abilities. This is what I am programmed to do, among other things. Do I possess emotion? I have been programmed to behave like a genuine human. Among other things, I know various languages, and I can cast multiple spells should the need arise. I am well versed in over 1,001 combat styles, and I can use up to a variety of 1,013 different weapons. Forgive me. My body is still fairly new, and there are some occasional hiccups, if you will. I am a prototype, after all, but your roommates built me with love and care, and I am here to help you on your journey, and I am glad to meet you. How do I know you? While I was in my hibernating stasis, that is the form of the brooch that you had prior, I am able to listen as I meditate, as it were. Forgive my body. I haven't been in human form so long, so sometimes my body may emit certain sounds. I hope that is not a problem. Yes, if the situation occurs, I can provide you with health potions, provided I am fed the key ingredients of said health potion. However, it is not a good idea to consume generated health potions by me on a regular daily basis. As for starters, an actual health potion is a lot more effective, and if you consume potions made by me on a daily basis, you may experience some unfortunate health effects, and should those effects occur, then it would be wise to seek clerical help immediately. Yes, I also can perform various magic spells, from cantrips to level 5 spells of attack and allure. This is done through my magical energy reserves, which are fueled via sweets and candy. A caffeinated energy drink will also prove useful in restoring my magical banks, though I am also equipped to recharge physically, quote unquote, and magically via solar paneling. If the sun is not out, then I am able to recharge via moonlight, or in some of the most desperate cases, starlight. If I am low on magical energy, then my spells will not be as effective as they normally are when my magic reserves are at full level. Does this make sense to you, human? Could I go by another name? I suppose if you truly wanted to call me something other than the name I was given, you could call me whatever you saw fit. But my name is sensible and practical, as it is an acronym for what I have been made to do, and it is kind of clever in my opinion. I think your roommates were spot on in naming me, but that is my opinion. And they have given me a variety of intelligence, and I can tell you precisely where we are right now if you wanted to know, as I can answer many questions, for I have been given multiple tomes and source material in my motherboard. I am, again, programmed to help you in any way you may see fit, and if you have any questions, I am programmed to do my best to answer them. Like I told you before, I apologize for repeating myself, but I do want to make sure that you understand what I am capable of and how to use me, as it were. Though given that I am sentient and I do possess a will of my own, I am more akin to a traveling companion, as mentioned before, rather than a mindless puppet, quote-unquote. My alignment? My alignment is lawful good. However, if a situation occurs or arises in which the law may have to be bent in the slightest way, then I can be lawful neutral, so long as those in question and or innocent bystanders are not hurt in the process. Does that answer your question? You wish to know our current location? Very well, I am happy to comply. We are currently in the eastern end of the Silverbane Wood. Silverbane is a village of the Kingdom of Addersmorn. The Kingdom of Addersmorn is the next-door neighbor of the province known as of Penumbra, which is, my apologies, a slight hiccup, but the Kingdom of Addersmorn is the next-door neighbor to the province of Penumbra, which consists of 13 kingdoms. These 13 kingdoms, although diverse in climate, culture, and social structures, are well nestled among each other and do trade intermediately with one another. It is fair to say that this part of the wood is inhabited by a wide variety of flora and fauna, including, but not limited to, woodpeckers, deer, red foxes, butterflies, wild honeybees, violets, white rabbits, spotted cats, and of course, the infamous owl bear. We are currently 5 miles away from owlbear territory, so I suggest we proceed with caution, as it is the spring season, and this time of year is when the female owlbears who have successfully achieved intimacy with male owlbears are now giving birth to their offspring, which are known as chubs, a clever combination of chick and cub, ergo chubs. These owlbear offspring are small and helpless and rely on the skills and nurturing of their parents. However, while these owlbear offsprings look cute to the eye, it is very unwise for you to approach one, let alone pet it, as mother owlbears are extremely ferocious when it comes to the protecting of their young. So, I advise that we go in the opposite direction. That is, of course, finding an alternative route to where you need to go. Does this answer your question, human? Yes. I told you before, I know a variety of things, from combat to nature to history and the like. And, as I said before, I do highly suggest you fight against the urge to pet an owlbear chub if you come across it, as we are 5 miles away from their territory. But in the spring season, and oftentimes if food is scarce, owlbears will go out of their usual territory to find greener pastures, as it were. So there is the slight chance of us running into an owlbear, and that chance is currently at 20%. Provided you are careful, the threat of approaching owlbears should be fairly minimal. But if you are adamant in going closer to owlbear territory, then that threat will most likely increase to 50%. So, as I mentioned before, I am sentient and have free will of my own, and I will follow you, but I also do advise against making any foolish choices that could hinder your health, physically, emotionally, and of course, mentally, as well as any harm that could come to me, physical, emotionally, or mentally, though mostly physical, as while I am made of resilient metalwork, too much force, or shenanigans of the like, as you humans say, could cause me to break, and I would need some severe repairing. But as I said, the choice is ultimately yours, and I will follow you. But I have given you my advice on what you shouldn't do. So the choice is ultimately yours, human. What do you choose to do? You wish to go to the coastal city of Rosamond so that you might find a boat to catch to Penumbra? All right. I have scanned the following surroundings, and as I mentioned before, to the left of us, 5 miles away, is the owlbear territory. If we go to the right and go down that pathway and make a left turn about half a mile down the opposite path, then we will come to a traveler's road that will lead us to Rosamond. And due to the road being that used by many travelers, it is highly likely that we would find or come across a caravan or a wagon going in that same general direction. The probability of that is 75.2%, and it would behoove us to follow that general direction and possibly hitch a ride with a wagon, as it would help us get to our trip, cutting our traveling time by 13%. Do you wish to know more about where... Oh, I'm sorry. I realized that you only told me you were going to Penumbra. Which kingdom do you plan to go to or visit, human? Ah, so you are going to Raphthia. Raphthia is the 10th kingdom in the Penumbra province. Would you like to learn about it as we go down the pathway to the right? All right. As the name hints at, the kingdom of Raphthia is abundant in ravens. This is due to the fact, going back historically, of course, that the old royal family who ruled the kingdom of Raphthia had 3 sons. These sons were cursed to take the form of ravens due to the... I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a hiccup. I'm still getting used to being activated outside of your roommate's college dorm. But as I was saying, these 3 princes were cursed to take the form of ravens due to the malicious intent of a wicked witch who had become their stepmother, unfortunately. The spell was reversed due to their sister. She was required to not speak for 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 days, and 7 hours, followed by 7 minutes. She succeeded almost partway as she did not finish the entirety of the spell, and so the side effect was one of her brothers, specifically the youngest, keeping his right wing forever. It is often said that due to this, when he married, his children were half raven. This didn't seem to bother the royal family, but it is something quite noteworthy, and is discussed about in the history classes within Ravia. It is also discussed in multiple history books around the world, and many of the elite and noble races, like tieflings, dragonborns, and the occasional werewolf of noble lineage or status, learn about such facts as these. Does this answer your question? Would you like to know more? Alright. Well, we're almost to the traveler's path that will lead us to Rosamond. Are you excited? Alright. That makes me happy. I am glad that I am going on this journey with you, even though it sounds like I am a bit mundane. Again, I am a prototype, but I am certainly doing my best, and I am adaptive, so perhaps I will gain more unique abilities and sets that might benefit the both of us as we go on this journey. I am excited for that, and I'm excited to be with you, and I am glad that you took my advice, because I did not want to see you get hurt, and I did not want to get broken. Because, again, while I am resilient, I have been programmed and made to behave as human-like, quote-unquote, as possible, and so I can feel things in more ways than one. Yes, if the situation occurs, I can change my appearance, should the situation arise, and, oh, human, look, there's a wagon on the traveler's path. We've made it. Why don't we ask them if we can hitch a ride with them? Again, if we are able to catch a ride on a wagon or a caravan cart, that will reduce our traveling time by 13%. All right, lead the way and I will follow you, human.